Buongiorno, welcome to another episode of La Cucina di Roberto. As always, I'm your host. I'm glad to be your host because we're giving you excellent information here. As I said in the beginning, we have no sponsors on this program, so really we could give you whatever information that I think is the best for you. We do use certain projects and we use them over and over again. It's part of my diet. Basically, these are the things that I eat. So today's program is really about gluten-free. Should everyone be gluten-free? I think if you're above the age of, let's say, 40 or 50, I would definitely go gluten-free. Gluten is basically, it's a protein. It's found in a lot of the foods we eat. Mostly it's in the flour, anything that has flour in. So that would be breads, that would be pasta, that would be cereal. It's pretty much in everything you eat. So I go in gluten-free. A few years ago, I found out I was sensitive to it. I had suffered from intestinal problems my whole life, digestive problems. I missed school, things like that, always having problems, my stomach, my digestion. And one of my patients turned me on to a book. It's called The Wheat Belly. And I started reading the book and I realized, well, I'm going to test myself. And I found out I was sensitive to it. So you do a blood test for it. Is a blood test 100%? No, because if you're not eating gluten actively at that time, the test might not come positive. So anybody with any kind of intestinal problem, any kind of stomach disorder, poor bowel function, that's the first thing you cut out. Every book I read about nutrition always says that's the first thing you cut out. People with autoimmune disease like arthritis shouldn't eat it, and probably most other people. It could set off also dementia, and that's been in the literature. It's an important factor. So as I say, I'm 100% gluten-free. Is gluten-free food better for you? You have to understand, most of it's made with rice and corn. They substitute the wheat for rice and corn. So these put weight on, so you really have to be careful with it. It's not inherently good for you, but it's better if you're sensitive to it. So I have to have snacks during the day. I need things to eat that are gluten-free. Of course, all your fruits and vegetables, these are natural, these come from the environment, these are gluten-free. These are coconut, little coconut chips, they call them flakes. They're organic, and also these are gluten-free. I have some raisins and cranberries. These are little snacks that I eat all the time. So I've tested about 50 different brands of gluten-free snacks. I go everywhere, I look for them. These are my two favorite, and I use them in different dishes. Sometimes I just snack out of the box. I recently found these. These are gluten-free. These are like Fritos, but they're gluten-free. They're absolutely delicious. I don't eat a lot of pasta, but I found an excellent gluten-free pasta. This one's called Garofalo from Italy. A lot of people in Italy eat gluten-free food, and the government actually gives people a stipend every month if you're gluten-free, and you actually buy the gluten-free food in a pharmacy. So that's how serious they are. I love Mexican food. I have a lot of tortillas and a lot of dishes. So I can't eat regular tortillas. They're made out of wheat or corn. They're not specifically gluten-free, then they're not. This is an excellent brand. It's called Siete. That means 7 in Spanish. This is made with almond flour. If you're sensitive to nuts, then you can't eat this. But this is the best brand. I've tested all of them. We also have today, and I don't eat a lot of bread, but I found an excellent form of gluten-free bread. It's called Goodman's. When my patients have problems finding this, I pick this up for them and we give them a sample, so let them get started and see if they like it. So that's the gluten-free story. This is also in our nutritional guide. We always talk about our food quality. It's all organic, it's gluten-free, it's dairy-free, low in toxins, it's probiotic rich, and it's fiber rich. And that's the best way to go if you want to be healthy. You hear a lot about gluten-free food. Get tested, find out if you're sensitive to it. Even if you're not, you have any kind of digestive problems, I wouldn't eat it. Find other things that you can eat, substitutes, and we have some samples here. Pretty much, I've tested everything out on the market. This is the best stuff for me. I like it the best. It's the tastiest. How do I know it's good? Because I give them to my patients and they tell me if they like it or not. And they tell me, yeah, this is delicious. We were up in Vermont a few weeks ago, and I went into this little organic restaurant, and I was talking to the young lady there. She was preparing a lot of organic dishes. We started talking about tortillas, and she said this is the brand that she uses also. The man that developed this, his daughter was sensitive to gluten, and the grandmother in the family realized, well, she likes to eat this type of food. They developed their own gluten-free tortillas. So this is made with love. So what is better than that? And they call it Siete because there were 6 members in the family. So when you have small family-run operations, small businesses, they put their heart into it. These are the people you could trust. I do. Surround yourself in life with people you enjoy being with, who you could trust, who aren't going to hurt you. And you'll live a better life. You'll be happier. So that's the end of today's episode. That's our gluten-free episode. You have any questions? I talk to all my patients about this every time they come in on their specific areas. Of course, all this information is on our new nutritional guide. This has been in the works for like many years. I think we got it perfect. It has my picture on the back, has some great information on it. I think it's everything you need to know. Instead of reading 10 books, you'll lose weight on this program too if you listen. Exercise, you'll lose weight, you'll feel like $1,000,000. I ran this morning before today's program. I did 1.5 miles, and I'm never going to stop exercising. I want to be 80 years old, and I want to be the guy who's still out there and is still active. Is it possible? Absolutely, it's possible. That's what I intend to do, and that's why we're here to help our patients and anybody else that's interested. That's today's episode. We keep them short and sweet. I'm your host, Roberto. Bon appetit. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.